welcome back. We got the Honda Urban Express with nitrous oxide button and nitrous oxide attached to that button because we gots to know. Hey, I had to include the beginning of this because, I try to go quiet through the neighborhood, but some people just get, I got like no throttle going, right? And you'll see it up here on the left. This guy gives me the stink eye, brother, the stink eye. Hey man, I'm trying to be quiet. I'm trying to get out of the neighborhood. Just relax. Look at him turn around, full around, put his, hand on his hip and just yeah. So I say, okay, brother, I'm gonna give it. You think that's loud? Just wait. I give it the full beans, the full juice, brother. You want loud? I've got loud. Okay, I'll give you something to complain about there. So don't worry about it. You think that was loud before? You ain't heard nothing yet. So, anyways, yeah, I'm out of the neighborhood, right? It's a Monday. Why aren't you at work? Get to work. I waited all weekend for things to, settle down so I could go out for a ride. Monday around 11 a.m. when everybody's supposed to be at work. But no, everybody's out walking around the damn neighborhood, right? Because they ain't got nothing better to do. I guess, sit at home and collect your unemployment checks, whatever, brother. I got things to test out, things to do, things to discover. I gots to know. So, with that being said, I purchased on eBay this little nitrous kit. It comes with these they're like little CO2 cartridges that you would stick into like a pellet gun or something like that. And, I've been curious, curiosity got me. I had to figure out, what would this do? I got to know. And other people were asking me about it too. They wanted to try it, but they were a little bit scared. They wanted to leave it to the so-called experts, brother, the experts. Well, don't have any experts here, but we're going to try it out anyways, because we ain't scared. We ain't scared of nothing, brother. That's right. We're just scared of not doing something. That's the only thing we're scared of. We're scared of standing still, not progressing, not moving forward. That's the only thing we're scared of. Because if you're not breaking something, you're not making progress. That's what I always say. So, anyways, yeah, the nitrous kit, it was easy to install, man. Anybody can do it. It was like a 10-minute deal. And I've got this big, I was thinking it was going to be even easier. I'm like, yeah, I'll just plumb this into the stock intake on the Honda Urban Express, because it's already got, something there at the base of the intake for your auto choke system, which has been deleted on this bike. Gone, adios. We don't want any of that auto choke stuff. No, thank you. And so I was going to install it, and I was like, oops, I switched the intake, so I could run this Mikuni VM20 carburetor. So had to go to, plan B, which was non-existent at the time, but we made one up on the spot. Turns out this airbox thing I bought has a brass inlet opening that worked perfectly with the brass connector that came with this kit. So I just did that, and I ran the line. You can see the red button there. See where I put my thumb? How do you like that? And ran the line underneath the frame, past the carburetor, and into the air box. And then the only other things I did, it did come with instructions. Some people have purchased these things in the past and there were no instructions involved. This one had instructions. It had recommendations as well. The instructions sucked. The recommendations were better. The recommendations were as follows. Run a slightly colder spark plug. I think they said just one colder, but I went from a 5 to a 7 on the NGK scale. That's bigger numbers are colder. So I went to a 7 spark plug. It said to run 94 octane gas. So I thought the gas station, I thought BP had 93, but it just had 92. So I got 92 gas, and I got some quote-unquote octane booster. which is usually a lie. It's a lie. You know, it's other chemicals that simulate boosting the octane, but whatever. Went to O'Reilly's and got some of that, and so hopefully boosted it a point or two. I don't know. I took a guess, right? Here I'm just doing a test run, by the way, just to see what it does without nitrous. So I've got the stock style belt. Did about 47 there. Did I do another run where I hit 48? I think so. I may have not, included it on this video because I wanted to keep it, somewhat, people's attention spans are pretty short. So I wanted to keep this video under 15 minutes, which I successfully did. However, I had to cut out that last one. So I was able to do 48 without nitrous. So, and then I've got the dial-a-jet technology on the VM20 carburetor, which requires me just to reach down and turn it counterclockwise to rich in the jet, or clockwise to lean it out. And actually, I do that. I think I catch that on the video, so you can see it yourself too. I think I did anyway. So, just getting things warmed up, etc., etc. And I had two thoughts when I purchased this kit. One was, I don't want to create for myself any extra work, like, shooting the connecting rod through the cylinder head. That's not the kind of work I want to deal with. So, yeah, here I am. See, I told you, man, I almost had the time. Here's the dial-a-jet technology. Look at me move it over counterclockwise. We dialed it up, brother. We dialed it up. We're ready to rock and roll. Yeah, I was a little worried, what's this? Everybody's scared of nitrous, right? You get on Moped Army. Oh, nitrous is going to blow up your bike, You shouldn't do it. It's very dangerous. It's highly flammable. I'm here to dispel all the myths, rumors, and lies about nitrous out here, and which goes right in, dovetails right into what my second thought was. These people selling this stuff, they're just going to give you, a tiny hit of the juice, brother, so you don't, screw anything up. And that was my other thought as well. This is just a little push button. Here, I'm pushing the button like, hey, okay, we'll just give it a little squirt. And now I'm like, nothing happened, so I give it a big squirt. And, my plan was to employ it around 30 miles an hour and go from there. And I forget, I don't think I really noticed much here. I didn't really notice anything at all. It's kind of disappointing. So, yeah, the other thing I think about is, they're probably just giving you a toy, right? They're just giving you, let's see what it does here. Do I notice anything here? Ooh, we lost some speed, as a matter of fact. At this point, I'm wondering if this thing is working at all, right? I'm wondering if my connections were bad or something like that. So that's kind of, I'm thinking at this point, maybe something's not, right. So, my plan was to employ it around 30, and I thought it would just shoot me up to 55 miles an hour. But that has not happened yet. We'll give it another try here. So, two schools of thought. One is it's going to blow up your engine. The other is they just gave you a tiny bit of the juice just to, kind of give you a little, little thrill ride for a couple seconds. And, nothing that's going to harm the engine. And as my experiment here shows that going south, the way I was just going, I'm heading north now. Going south, I had a really strong headwind, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe this headwind is just killing me. So we give it some more juice right here, and I'm not noticing a whole lot. So still wondering if I've got this thing hooked up right. So do I give it another hit here? Here we're going like 47, basically on just pump gas. 48. Yeah, I hit 48. Did I juice it again? I didn't juice it again here. No, I didn't. I gotta go. I'm not exactly sure exactly what happened. Some of that nitrous might have got inside my system. I'm not sure. So I think what I ended up doing was I went up here and turned off and said, you know, I remember in the directions it says at idle, hit the button. And if your idle RPMs, if it revs up, then you've got nitrous. You know, everything's good. So I stop here and decide to give it that test because, you know, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. And it revs up. As I'm doing this voiceover, I'm not hearing the audio, but based on memory, I was like, oh, what the hell? I guess this stuff does work a little bit anyway. So, and maybe I just need to hold the button down for a longer period of time. You know, I was kind of scared at first. I was just going to tap it. You know, thought I was going to do a wheelie or something. And, you know, shoot off to the moon. Look how wrong you can be. And I go back. I'm heading south again. Big wind, so I just decide. There's somebody right behind me. You know, one thing I never talk about is, you know, in the world of, you know, modified mopeds, you know, even though I can go pretty decent speed and outrun a lot of this traffic, I prefer that people are not behind me or are not very close behind me because, you know, as you've seen with this Blue Urban Express, you know, the pipe breaks, the shock breaks, you know, things break. So I don't want anybody right up on me and something breaks, you know. I give them plenty of room. So just mentioning that out there, you know. That's kind of like, that's just mopeds for you. Excuse me, things go wrong. And I don't want things going wrong when somebody's tailgating. You know what I mean, right? I don't want to get run over. So rather than fight the wind, the stiff headwind, I roll on back, and I can tell you now, we finally get a positive result out of the nitrous after I tested it. This was like $95 shipped, so I guess I'll weigh in here shortly on what I thought of this whole experience, you know, after we do this little test run here where the nitrous finally seems to work. I decide at this point I've got a new strategy. We're not going to employ it until we get close to top speed. Then we're going to hit it at top speed. Because right now in the low 30s we're kind of in the dead zone, right? It might be a jetting issue too. I thought it was like the rear pulley belt issue. Here we go. Did I hit it or not? I backed off. I think I backed off. There. I think we hit it. We hit it here. I really hit it there. I was like, okay, so we hit 49, no tuck, and that's pretty much it, folks. We hit it again. We go back up to 48 with no tuck, which is not bad. So 49 no tuck is probably worth 50, 51 with a tuck. Here I am hitting it again. I think I'm out of juice at this point, right? We basically shot it in, you know, 5 presses here. So, yeah, all the hype, brother, all the hype. That was disappointing. We've run out of film. Yeah, what? We're out of film? This is nuts. All right, we had a little film. So, the nitrous experiment, you know, not so good on a modified bike. I'm going to check my connections, make sure everything was good. And then I think I'm going to try it on a stock bike because they recommended a stock bike just to see before I reach a final opinion on the nitrous. So, hey, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more soon.